We're on the air?
Oh, that's right. We go live at 7:15. I was like, why does that number look familiar?
Yeah.
This video is unavailable. Error 5000.
5,000.
And
oh, wait. I see us.
Good.
This is awesome.
What? I don't see us. I have an error 5000.
Just hit refresh. There's no such thing.
Yeah, there is no such thing.
It stops at 599.
Yeah.
I have an error.
Error.
Oh. Hey, Jones, he should be here. I invited Jones over, and guess who didn't show up?
Dang. Okay, I see the chat. I see people.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, what's up?
It's been a long time. We had a long break this time. A couple extra weeks. Hope it was relaxing. And such.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me do something. I forgot I was going to do this.
Okay. Brian, how are you doing?
I'm good. Tired?
Tired?
Yeah. Been busy. Couple long days.
What is that guy up there?
What is what? This?
No, I think Mark just put a TV on top of his prong.
Oh, that's like a 1965 General Electric.
Okay.
It has a candidate chassis that I'm going to put into my computer space.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
because Ed Fries, I think, did a little surgery to take a chassis out of, this is the same 11-inch style mount. This is a little bit older model though. It's like a late 60s, but General Electric were cheap ass bastards. And if you look over the years, maybe over 7 or 8 years, all of their here, I'll hold this. I'll bring this up.
Okay.
Ow, I hit my head. Okay, we're still good. All of these monitors, you'll find they have like the VHF, the UHF.
Yep.
3 knobs, for volume, contrast, and brightness, and a headphone jack. And they just change like the style, like, oh, this is like a little gray, or this is black, or whatever. And
Sure.
So that's it. They just dressed the same chassis for years.
Yeah.
Like, how crazy is that?
Why not, don't fix it if it's not broke.
I do the same thing. I put on different clothes every day, but I'm the same idiot. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Actually,
So
I think that's a great idea because then it's a fashion accessory for your home and it changes with the trends, right?
There you go.
True. I mean, except for that they cost like $1,000 in the 60s. So. Now, this one is interesting because it had something called InstaView.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever heard of InstaView?
No, I've not.
No.
So basically, it would turn your TV on, and it would set the brightness and contrast to 0. And you just flip the button, and then all of a sudden, boom, the picture's there. But guess what? Your TV was on this whole time.
Really?
Apparently, that shortens the life of the TV. And the guy that sold it to me was like, yeah, you shouldn't use that.
That's funny.
So yeah, that's that story.
Yeah, I've got something to share.
Do you?
Since we're joined by Proc.
Oh.
I've got Proc's house.
What?
You've got Proc's house? Oh, yeah.
Look, that's where Mr. Jones lives.
You saw him come out of his home?
Well, he was hiding under the game.
Is he like Groundhog Day?
It's just, somebody said he poops in there.
Are all the walls white on the other side? Because it's kind of cool how the.
No, it's underneath this game though, where you throw balls at the screen. Like so, this whole thing here is like a big, large screen, and like you throw balls at the things coming at you. It's like literally like a 12-foot long screen, and they have like snowmen coming out like this, and then you huck balls at them and knock them out, or zombies or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm assuming not like basketballs, right? Like maybe softer.
No, they're little. There's like little orange Nerf balls.
I see. So nobody would ever come into a place of business with their own ball and then throw it at the monitor.
Sure.
No, but I will say, so last year though, Susan's grandson, my step-grandson was here. And we went up to this thing on like Friday, and he's like, I'm going to see how hard I can throw it. And he throws the ball as hard as he can at the screen, like 2 of the pixels go out. I'm like, we're going.
Oh my God.
Funny.
Like, let's walk right down this way.
Yeah.
Hey, did we post on Facebook?
I posted an hour ago as a tease. I can update it. So just a moment.
I think that certificate expired this week, and you can click through it, but they didn't used to require certificates on the site when we started.
Oh yeah,
that's a new thing as of last year, and it's an extra $10.
What? I mean, Let's Encrypt is free.
Right.
So
I just have to figure out how to do it myself.
Right. Okay. Cool.
It'll just take.
Oh, here, I do have another fun thing to say. Let's see if I can get this up here quick. I'm working
sorry.
quick. Oh shit, I did it wrong.
Right.
So they had what I would consider, it's funny because my mother was all excited about this, ironically. Probably one of the most boring games. They had a portable curling rink.
Oh. I love rubbing. Wait.
And it's like, I'm trying to figure out who actually would, who buys this? So here, hold on, it's coming.
You know who's not in the chat right now that I can see?
Who's that?
Christopher Peabody.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, he's there now.
No.
Mike Page is there.
Now my computer's
Other
decided.
Christopher's there.
There we go.
What group in Clav do we usually post our show note in?
It's not a group, it's a page.
Are we family friendly today?
Fairly.
Why? I could not swear today, but maybe.
There we go. Curling.
Nice.
I love bleeping curling. It's bleeping.
No,
awesome.
so Arcadia is a group out of. Well, I can talk about this in tech section.
All right. Why'd it get dark where you are now? All of a sudden. Brian's going to be an interesting person to watch all night. He's shaking and moving around. You do the thing with your laptop again where you do.
Oh.
Oh, that's so funny.
All right.
I'm not reading what you're saying, Christopher.
I'm going to try to not shake the screen here. I wish I had a separate layer for. I should have brought the little keyboard home. It's Brian from Center Modern Arcade Universe this weekend.
Let's call Christopher Christoph from now on.
So Metropolis, I met people from Newfoundland today at IAAPA, which was awesome because I need to go back there. Speaking of Canadians, I told them Newfoundland is my favorite place in the world. They're like, you know where Newfoundland is?
Jabaruga says, "Yay! Brian is at the center of modern arcade universe this weekend."
This is the entrance to IAAPA, and if you walk in during the day, you can't hear shit. And I went in at 7:30 this morning to check on the games and kind of take everything apart, make sure everything was good, and it's all waves. They have this really cool 3D sound effect of waves going on in there. That when the whole hall is doing all its beeping and booping, you can't hear a damn thing. So
interessante. No. Hey guys, where
was I?
I don't know. We have a show though, so we should really
do a show.
Get going.
We should. I'm gonna tell you, Proc. These are single turn knobs on this Pong. Can you see the Pong is on? It's really faint. I don't know.
Brock can't see much because he skipped out on the pass I gave him to IAAPA today. Uh-oh.
Aw.
Uh-oh.
Wah, wah, wah. Adam's like, I have a button for that.
Actually, I might have a button. I just haven't looked at the buttons in a while. So here's a folder called blah. There's nothing in it. There's what's in the juke. There's a buzzer.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah.
I thought that was Brian doing that. What?
And a bell. Yeah. Yeah. I've got the bell because that's part of the arcade lore, right? I mean, didn't John Arcade start that whole dingy ding thing?
I don't know. One time when I was in college, one of the biology professors had a bell and it was this little Asian girl, and she would ring it like to get our attention, but also when she was mad at us and stuff. So she'd lost it somehow. I don't know.
Oh.
I have no idea where it went.
Yes,
I do.
One of the things I did not check before we started the show this season was my Stream Deck, and I'm missing 3 samples.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
And they are somewhat important.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's weird.
That is weird. Where did they go? Like, what happened? You know what I find? I accidentally have something I need in the download folder. And then I'm one day like, hey, you want to clean up your computer? I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
I think they just
Maybe
maybe...
says, no wonder why this piece of shit show is getting canceled.
Oh yeah, we're down 3 buttons. It's over.
Yeah,
it's over. I can't do this.
No, I don't have to use the Stream Deck to get this stuff to work. So
nice.
Now, the reason it's getting canceled is Mark and I unionized, and we're going on strike. Adam's terms, employment terms were terrible.
Turn the sun on in here. Jeepers creepers.
All right. This is good. Season 7.
We should get a show going.
Yeah, show them the new intro.
Oh, yeah, we do have a new intro. All right. Well, you guys, let's hit the button.
Hit the button.
Okay. Oh shit. Nope.
That's the wrong button.
That's the wrong button.
That was like this button.
Who were those people?
Oh shit. Something's wrong.
He's playing it again. That's pretty cool though.
Well, that sucks. Yeah. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
I do, yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool.
That's
played it twice.
That's not what's
3
supposed
times.
to. That's not what's supposed to be on.
Right.
You know, it wouldn't be an arcade radio show if we didn't have technical difficulties.
Producer needed.
I like how it's frozen on this guy.
It's frozen on the sky.
The Matthew McConaughey with the mustache dude, I guess. I don't know.
I'm wondering, like, did the guy, like, did he plan the mustache? That's my question.
Oh yeah. He's like, it must be small and it must be wispy.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You'd figure like he made a mistake, like, oh man, I shaved too much, so yeah. It's not quite Hitlerish, but
that is that's
he
funny.
says that's Young Gravy in Rochester, Minnesota's own hip hop king.
Is it really?
No.
I was buying that, man. I thought for sure.
Yeah. Well, what I tried to do for our little thingy, I'll have to just figure it out because I don't know why it's broken.
People think that's Mark Spaeth.
Mark Spaeth?
I don't think Mark Spaeth looks
from
like
KOYR Studios. This is Todd Rogers, the king of video games, and you're listening to Arcade Radio.
What's new?
Did you know that Chuck E. Cheese was born inside Atari?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's new? God, I'm sick of that question.
No matter what I say, it draws controversy.
Get down.
Videomania has gripped the universe. So what's the score?
Roger, 0J, and I feel fine.
Is there anybody actually going to listen to this?
Oh my God! You found such attractive pictures of us. That does not represent the real life. Wow.
They're heavily photoshopped. Thanks for listening in. This is season 7 of the Arcade Radio podcast, episode 1. That's pretty cool. And it's the first episode of the last season of the show. So thanks for joining us live. For those people that joined live, and I'm joined by my co-host Mark H. Shields, and last and least, Paradise Arcade Shop proprietor and part-time Brian Cranston impersonator. It's Brian Thurston Howell Armitage the Third. Welcome to the show, guys.
All right.
Yeah, a little golf clap.
You know, today is Thursday, November the 17th.
Oh, is it 2022?
How's everybody doing with that?
That's about 7:31 p.m. Central. So, I'm not sure what Adam 5 would be, but
I was just trying to give us numbers. And
is that like Adam 12?
Yeah, we've already done you in Adam 12. I just thought 5 was kind of a cool number, like Johnny 5.
Because Brian's the third.
Correct.
Oh, yes. Well, it was a pretty flawless intro, don't you think?
Yes, well done, sir. You don't need to pre-record those ever.
Post.
Yeah. Remember that when you used to do that?
Yeah, that was a nightmare. Spend 4 hours editing 2 hours of show. Maybe even 6 hours.
So yeah, all together.
Yeah.
So what's up?
I don't know. I'm gonna have my microphone in my face the whole night tonight, though.
I know. I spent at 5:30. I started figuring out where this was gonna be so that I could.
I'm rusty.
Get close to it.
Okay.
I wanted to have like my shirt visible.
Yeah.
It seems to be a problem in the previous seasons.
Oh. Well.
So.
I have the top of my shirt visible, so it's RcadeRadio.
When I go on Teams calls for work, I'm just using the exact setup. I'm not gonna. They're gonna be like, "Why is there a mic next to you?" And I'm like, "Shut up."
Do you wear your sunglasses too? Because that'd be fucking hilarious.
I should.
I mean, flipping hilarious.
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow since it's Friday.
Remember the first episode when we said we shouldn't swear, and then I swore like within 2 seconds.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Hey, what are we supposed to do next? I forget. It's been
well,
so
we could
long.
play a commercial.
We do what's in the juke.
We can do anything we want tonight. Well, let's talk about what we've been working on in the break. I'll start.
Yes.
I sold 3 machines and bought
Oh
one.
my God.
Yeah.
Were they in storage or at home?
1 was in storage, and 2 were from my home collection.
Oh my God.
The Billy Mitchell Pac-Man has found a new home.
All right. Excellent.
And I sold Donkey Kong Jr.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
because I have another Donkey Kong Jr. board set that is partially working. I'm going to fix that. And then I want to make a triple Donkey Kong out of my Donkey Kong.
Nice. Now, didn't you have like an external like monitor above one of those games?
Did. Yep. And I kept the Mr. Video card.
Good.
I don't know if it'll work in Popeye, but I want to try that and turn the monitor.
What is the Mr. Video output?
It uses the auxiliary adapter that's on the board, and it actually clamps onto that.
That's kind of cool.
Yep. And so you just put it on top, and then there's a composite and a S-Video out, and I used S-Video, and yeah, it was pretty clever. It's nothing super fancy, but it was someone put some effort into making it take advantage of the extra port that's on the board.
So what do you do with Popeye? Does it have the same port?
I don't know, but it has that damn cage, so you can't really just pop it on.
So is there a way to just plug in an RGB?
No.
RGB?
No.
Oh.
Interesting.
Well, that's terrible.
I know some people that just forego the cage. I mean, isn't the cage just to protect, I guess, other TV signals? But
well, it has. I think it was part of the
like a deal with the FCC or.
Well, so a lot of games, like Atari's early games, came with cages, right? A lot of their later games, really.
Right? My Paperboy's cage is only around the CPU board, which I guess is the video board, so that makes sense.
Sure. And then there's probably some grounding thing that goes there, and then filter boards often attach and are grounded to the cage. So
it's true.
I don't know why they did it, but they've got this giant cage around Popeye.
Scuba King says Faraday cage FCC, and I do agree. It's probably a
noise filter.
Yeah, well, yeah, like a Faraday emissions filter.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so I want to try it because I think it'd be cool if I could. Either way, well, and Mario Brothers, same thing, has a cage.
Yep.
So
And I think Punch Out as well.
So maybe only those really early ones didn't have cages.
Yeah.
Starting at 82, I would guess, if they started putting those on there. When did Popeye come out? 81? 82?
What?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, 82, I think, Popeye.
Yeah. Someone in the chat will tell us. They'll be like, you bunch of idiots don't even know how to use the internet.
Then somebody in the chat said, who cares what year Popeye was released? Oh, wait, they didn't say that yet.
Oh, no, wait, let's wait. Popeye, we can all agree, is hot shit. Is that...
We should also, at this time, welcome Brian to go and take a nap.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm tired.
Yeah, so I sold those two. I sold my R-Type. And then I bought a pristine Super Pac-Man that had been in home use for more than 30 years.
An upright?
Yep.
What are you going to do about your cocktail Super Pac-Man?
That is going to get a bit kit.
Oh, very nice.
So then I can run Miss Pac-Man Twin, which is 2-player, multiplayer.
Well, I want to try that. My bit kits are all elderly. Like they all think it's 2020 still. So.
Well, the bit kit one can do Miss Pac Twin, so it's a little behind the times on some of the other stuff.
It's not as fun as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's not like Pac-Man Royale. It was made by a Brazil kid or something in the 80s, and it's just kind of cool because the ROM has existed nowhere for a long time, and then recently it was discovered, and so that's why Aaron added it, because it ran on the Miss Pac-Man hardware.
Oh. So Scuba King said, super beautiful Super Pac, beautiful Super Pac CPOs are on KLOV. Mark Capps just posted them.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's funny because the Super Pac that I got, the CPO is in awesome condition. There's a little tiny bit of cracking on the edge. But he also, I got it from Billy 7, actually. And he's also throwing in a new old stock control panel overlay from Lieberman from back in the day. So I have a legitimately, if I want to, I could restore the control. So what I think I would do, though, if I were to do that, is I would get a Super Pac-Man control panel, and I would just restore. I'd make a new one, and then I would actually probably sell the other one, so somebody could take advantage of it, because it's in too good a shape to just strip it off and start over.
Right.
I mean, do you have games like that where you're just like, okay, this looks great, it does not need to come off? It's pretty rare.
I mean, it's funny. I have a Robotron, and I Mock the Magic Man.
Yeah.
He came over. That's his favorite game, and he loves the fact that it has all these cigarette burns on it for some reason. Like that's part of the memory. The memory is like people would play Robotron and like set their cigarettes and burn the corners, and so
I debated removing my Defender control panel for the same reason, because it was, it was still pretty decent, but it had a lot of cigarette burns on it.
It's insane that people were like, you know what, fuck this cabinet, I'm just gonna put cigarettes sitting here.
Well,
like,
you could tell they were playing
halfway to a fire.
On Defender, you could tell they were playing with the cigarette in their hand.
Yeah, well, even Computer Space has cigarette burns from people setting the cigarette in the middle, right above the control panel. Just insane.
Nuts? Yeah,
it's crazy.
It was
that's a fire, man.
Yeah. Well, they're like, this is durable enough. It's not going to catch fire while
I'm
here.
Speaking of, how's your fire man game? Is it still up?
Fire Truck, yes.
Fire Truck, yes.
I just played it with somebody the other day. I'm thinking I might have to make.
Bottom?
What's that?
Your top or a bottom?
Your top or bottom?
Yes.
He goes both ways, so it's
Yes,
cool.
I go both ways.
That's right.
My door swings both ways. Yeah, it's fun times talking to you guys. Great show.
Brock said you're all bottom.
Yeah.
It's his wish.
Well, he would know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Just let me know when you want to visit you again, Proc. Or should I call you Poke? This show has gone downhill.
Oh man.
It's going downhill quick.
Oh.
So.
Well, they say rolls downhill.
Yep. Oops.
Anyway, yeah, fire truck's working great. I think I will eventually have to make a new wiring harness. And I still have not taken a look at the solder joints on the RAM, so periodically I have to reseat that crap to make it work. But there is a problem with the wiring harness and it coining up on its own when you do two-player. So, well, not coining up on its own, but actually hitting the start button on its own, which is inconvenient if you want to play that tough track. So I got it's quirky, but it's running. And then I'm working on a second set of shelves for all the freaking CDs that I've been re-ripping. So there's look at this.
What's that?
Very pretty.
This is Midnight Oil.
Oh yeah.
So they released what?
I know the lyrics.
No, that's Crash Test Dummies, you dummy.
That's not it?
No.
What? That's not him?
No. You thinking
that's not the guy.
No.
What?
Coffee spoons.
Yeah. Who am I singing then?
You're Crash Test Dummies. That's what you're singing.
Oh shit. Why do I think they're Midnight Oil? It's weird.
I don't know because they didn't exist until.
Man, there must be like a crisscross in my brain, like Crash Test Dummies, and
jump,
then them.
like crisscross.
Yeah, crisscross.
Or are you going to be sailing?
Wait, Proc yet? I mean, hold on. Let me interrupt everybody because Proc says, "Do you need a Pong board?" I have a Pong board. Look how faint that is. Do you see that?
But he has one of the repros, like the really pretty ones.
I'm gonna have Sean Dotson fix this since he's already done 2 of them.
But it's a really pretty one.
Yeah, it's fine. Mine's a legit.
Did Sean Dotson do your computer space?
He did, as a matter of fact. The box that's right behind me is the computer space that just came back via UPS this afternoon.
Keep going. You might as well keep going.
Well, it's not my turn yet.
It's your turn now.
Okay, so I took my computer space and the control panel all out, boxed them up, sent them to Sean Dotson at Classic Arcade Repair. And it took a little while to get into the queue, but I think a week and a half ago he started work. The board, it's a 3-board set, and then the outer board was really rusty and nasty. So almost the whole thing, including the diodes for the ships, he replaced, he socketed most everything. But he did probe chips, and it is a fascinating series. Like, you learn what all the sections do on each board and the behaviors of the board. It's crazy stuff. I'm like, between him and John's Arcade, there's like nothing. So
nothing. What?
There's like no documentation on the behavior of these boards or anything.
Oh, okay.
I mean, obviously, there's somebody went out and made beautiful, schematics, which greatly helped. But the functions of everything, especially because mine was so messed up, I literally had like 40 things wrong with it almost.
Well, I think that's great. Do you want to put a link in the chat? Because that'd be cool.
Sure, I'll send that to, you can go to Classic Arcade Repair on the YouTubes. He has about 3.1 thousand subscribers and a Patreon. I signed up for his Patreon. But anyway, I'm going to send him my Pong because such a good experience, and he legit enjoyed it. He's like, "This is messed up, and I'm gonna love this." And I'm like, the whole time, I'm like, "Thank God," because I feel like it's like my Moonwalker is broken, right? Everybody is like, "Do not send me that. I will not fix it," and it doesn't sound enjoyable.
No.
Like, I can't find somebody that's like, "Yeah, bring it." Nobody does. But anyway, this is like the exact opposite experience. By the way, Moonwalker for sale doesn't work, but it's $500. Anybody, just let me know. I'll send it to you right away.
You should send it to me. I'll have a hack at it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why not?
Sometimes I fix stuff.
I put, I replaced some caps that were broken off, and I put in the suicide kit, but it's still just, you plug it in, it goes, meh, and that's it. Sometimes you'll see a pixel.
Is that one of the games that has like a copper protection chip on it or something?
It does, but I put the board and the chip that override that.
Do we know that that works?
It's a well, I mean, it works for other people, so I don't know. I mean, the chip in there was dead. I checked the battery by lifting the top off.
I have fond memories of playing that game at Pizza Hut in Lakeville, Minnesota.
I like when Michael goes, hee-haw! Like there's a lot of that.
I thought it was pretty cool, the music and stuff too, back then.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah.
Brock wants to know how you have Pong running on the computer monitor.
Oh, so Pong and Computer Space are just composite video.
Yeah.
So it wasn't hard. There was just a ground, a video, and an audio wire. Mm-hmm. I put the ground and the video together, and there we go. So
the hole, and you're good.
And you can see Pong is the line in the middle is not exactly centered. That's the way the board was made. I actually bought. I was buying a few little adapters. The one I got was a composite video to VHS output to VHF, output, because I also wanted to see what it would look like on like channel 3 on this TV. It was okay, but it looks so clean, and this is like a monochrome white Apple monitor from the 80s, but I think it's the same size as the monitor that's supposed to be in there, so I'm going to take probably the bezel off of this, paint it black. I have the shroud that goes around the monitor. I'm going to lift it up just a bit, and that'll be the permanent thing. I still think it's a little faint, but I don't know. Whatever. You can see it, right? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Here, and so I put in a coin up button on it, so you can. Let's see. Do you hear it? Hold on. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's not keeping score. I did find a couple chips that were bad, and I piggybacked good ones. But the thing is, there's so many that I think are not working that I'm like, I don't know what's happening. So that's why I'm just going to send it away. Plus, he'll, make sure it's solid. So, oh my God, it's set to 11. So you're going to hear this however there. Yeah. Okay. But hold on. Let's see.
Did you ask Raymond Jet won't fix
he probably will, yeah.
Moonwalker?
Is Raymond the Sega I Repair Sega?
No, it's Raymond is Arcade. Which one is he?
I don't know. I don't think so. I asked. I don't know if it's Tim, but whoever is I Repair Sega guy, and he said he used to make his assistants fix Moonwalkers as punishment.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. Say, hey, look, I have the ball going between the two paddles. Another problem is that the left paddle is perfect, but the right paddle, as you turn it, the paddle goes up and then comes back out of the bottom again. But they're identical pots, so it's like something wrong with the logic.
Sure.
Arcadecomponents.com.
Arcadecomponents.com. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I had other things going on. I got a Kix cocktail in cherry condition for $300. I don't know if I mentioned that last time or not, but I have that working 100%. And now that is our new coffee table. Like, we eat off of it. It's the best. Kix. The Tidal cocktails are gigantic. Have you seen?
Yes.
I put a body inside easily.
The Pong?
So,
No, the Kicks cocktail.
Oh.
Title Kicks.
I need a Juke board.
I have one. I actually bought the adapter, plugged it in, and I had very strange, like, static. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? It was weird. And then I, like, put my crappy 60-in-1 board in, and the G07 wasn't syncing. And I'm like, there's something goofy with maybe this arcade shop adapter I have is a little off. Because I put the Juke board into, like, my Street Fighter, which is a JAMA cab, and it was fine. Like, I could see it. It was great. I have a different Kicks that's an upright. It's either going to go into storage and, pretty storage where all my nice games are, or I'm going to try that adapter in there. But if I see the same thing, I think I might have to go back to Arcade Shop because something weird with that. Weird. But let's see what else went on. Battlezone. My Battlezone's harness, the fire button, I think, needs to be replaced. The wiring. There's bad continuity. So, like, after about 5-10 minutes, you can't play the game because for whatever reason, it sort of loses its touch. It loses touch with the other end of the wiring. So that kind of blows. One thing I learned during the break is that if you have a G07 monitor and it keeps blowing the F901 fuse, that's the little small one that's pigtailed in, it could sometimes mean you have an open ground. And I learned this because the Kicks kept blowing that fuse, and I'm like, what the heck? So I went and plugged in, the regular, one of these things. I don't know what you call it. These testers, right? One of these things with the three lights, and it showed that it had an open ground, which the wiring from the plug to the unit wasn't complete. I fixed that, and it stopped blowing the fuse. And there's like so many CLOV posts about, I don't know why F901 keeps blowing. And I'm like, holy crap, maybe I discovered something. I don't know. So I'm going to have to go find all of those posts and go, hey, make sure your ground isn't open, blah, blah. That was nice. Okay, so let's see. What else happened? I cleaned my house, and then I had the Arcade Hangouts crew almost, the whole group here last week. They came for the Houston Arcade Expo, which was very light on arcade games, oddly. I brought my Paperboy. I know, right? I brought my Paperboy and my Frisky Tom, which both, played great. I can't stand this beeping. Stop it! We're going to make the game over.
Thank you.
Thanks. Did you hear it? It was getting annoying.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's over. Okay, good. So they came over, and what's the interesting thing is that I know them from the show and also from going to Grinkers and other things, but I'd never really hung out with them, and so they had rented a room, a room in the hotel, and they are like freaking college students. They love it. They love to party, and they had like drinking, and they were having tastings and they had like recovery kits. It was amazing. Like the experiences of college that you just may not remember because it's been so long. Bam, I got it all back. So I could not even wake up Sunday morning. It was amazing. Crazy. Anyway, so they were all here and they played all my games, and then we went to Horde on CLOV. He actually lives a mile away from me. Now I've learned that. It's nice to know there's somebody that, like, if I have a heavy game or he has a heavy game, or if you're trying to put discs of Tron onto, like, a ledge, I have some friend maybe that's nearby. Because my neighbors they're old and they're not going to help me. Stuff like that. Let's see what else. I bought a Qbert for $500, and it had an ELF board in it and an LCD. And I swear it was restored by someone who'd had no concept of sanding or doing any kind of paint that looked. I mean, it looked like stucco the way the repair had been done with the that stuff that's pink that we all put on stuff. What I'm talking about. Bondo, right?
Which is
so the Bondo jobs were terrible. I know it's been a while. Anyway, so like the whole front of the cabinet, I resanded it. Underneath it was waiting to look good, and I restored it. It looks beautiful. I found a 4600 monitor vertical that I had in my attic, and I found some boards for it in a different one, and then it all worked, and it's awesome. And so I stuck it in there, and I've got my Mylar, is it Milestar? My Milestar at J-Rock Qbert board running, and it is perfect. It is great. I just bought the knocker, which is I think right over somewhere. Here it is. Yeah. Here's my knocker that I'm going to put in. What do you think of them knockers? This is the 12 volt. I guess it mounts on the coin box somewhere. I have to figure that out. Was it like this?
And
does anybody know?
The wall, but don't.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, so that's cool. What else went on? At the same time, I also got a POW in a joust cabinet, but that's fine. Let's see, computer space. Oh, and last but not least, I lost 20 pounds, and
congratulations.
It was pretty easy. What?
Congratulations.
I use MyFitnessPal, which is just basically calorie counting, and so whenever I want to eat something really bad, I just walk on this treadmill until I have enough calories built up to where I can eat the terrible food.
Great.
It's very strange.
Yeah, MyFitnessPal's been around for a long time. It used to be totally free and
free. Yeah. They let you stay on for 30 days now, and then on the 31st day, you're like, "What the hell? I can't log in," and then you have to give them money.
It's owned by Under Armour. It was.
I don't know. What's really weird is that years ago when I used to use it, like I had tons of friends on it. Now there's 3 people on it. Aaron, Arcadiology, his girlfriend's on it, and then Keith, who was the showrunner for the Arcade Expo, he's on it, but he's not really.
Netropolis says it was easy. Hope you.
Was it?
And then he says, no, he's asking. It was easy. And then he says, I hope you step on a Lego.
It was easy. It's weird. My wife is pissed though. She's like, "Shut up!" And I'm like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah. You also exercise daily, don't you?
I only do it so I can eat the food now. But I mean, I have a trainer, but I've had a trainer for years. So apparently I have muscles underneath everything, which is awesome. I got to see them recently, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What else has happened? I think. I got verified on Twitter. Anybody else?
Just remember, Brian hasn't gone yet.
I know. Well, the show, we don't have any news, so I thought I would do that.
We do have news.
Oh, okay. Well, Brian, let's. What have you been?
What? Huh?
Brian's going to be talking for a half hour.
Well, I figured I could do IAAPA this part. I could do it in the whatever. Stuff I've been doing. Picked up a few games. I got a Space Harrier.
Nice.
A Boxing Bugs.
Lucky.
And what else did I grab? I grabbed something else.
Boxing Bugs working?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been so the ice cold beer's been sucking up a huge amount of time. I did not get another exterminator. And I picked up since we last were on. I don't think I had the eliminator. Did I? Last time we were on, did I pick that up? So I picked up the 4-player eliminator.
I think we knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So those are the buys.
Sweet.
But it's been so. The big thing has been getting ready for IAAPA and ice cold beer, and we built up a Warlords cocktail table, which is the next game. Did that in like 2.5 weeks.
It looks really good, and you wouldn't know that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you should put a link in the chat.
What's that?
You should put a link in the chat to the Warlords.
I should see if I can put. So it's gotten some good feedback at IAAPA. We've gotten a lot of suggestions for things, which is awesome. But for the most part, people have actually been very positive about it. And it's a neat. So we're actually taking the approach of we're going to put LCDs in because you can't obviously do CRTs and anything reliably at this point. You're going to sell, but I am actually designing it in such a way we are going to use the bit kit as a base, and we're doing it so that you can actually pull the LCD and drop a CRT into it.
Nice. Does it have to be a CGA CRT, or could you just get find a 25-inch TV and put it in there?
I guess that's a good question.
No pressure. Lots of time for engineering.
Right now we've got VGA signal going into the TV, so it'd have to be a VGA.
Right.
But I just threw up the NAP Arcade article on it, so people can check that out if they want to. But it will have a CGA signal going out for a regular CRT monitor. And then it's funny because he put the Warlords at the bottom, the Arcade 1-Up one, which is interesting. We didn't. We're obviously one step above that, hopefully, at least one step. What else have I been working on? That's about it. I gotta do the guys. The Cubert cocktail table that I bought a year ago. The guy stopped by the booth at IAAPA and was like, "You gonna pick that up anytime soon?" So I got to get up there and grab that one.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
it's funny.
He said it's still sitting there. He's like, "Don't worry, it'll be there."
We'll get back to some of the things you were talking about a little bit later in the show. But I think we should move on to gadgets.
We can, and I got some good stuff to talk about.
Nice.
By the way,
I always felt that the true stars at Atari was engineering.
Oh, you're an inventor.
Yes, I am.
What have you invented?
A lot of things.
Like
a lot of things. Like things that you've heard of.
Like?
Well, things that you will have heard of, okay? Patents are patented.
Arcade Gadgets with Brian McGrath.
Welcome to the Gadget segment. So, a couple of things. One, segueing off of Mark's discussion of Cubert, and I know you probably ordered the knocker from Arcade Shop. I noticed I was on their site yesterday, and they are selling reproduction Cubert joysticks. So if you haven't had a chance to get your Cubert joystick and spend too much money on a joystick that is actually a terrible joystick, you can get it from Arcade Shop. They're $125 a piece. So that is just a side gadget. The other gadgets at the show. So at IAAPA, a couple of fun things that I've seen. One, there's a place called Combat Cars. And these guys will reskin your electric go-karts and install a laser tag system in them. And so you get a heads-up display with lasers coming out the front. You put targets on the back of the cart, and they put different things around the race course, and you can drive around and shoot the thing. So there's like an EMP like on the racetrack that you can shoot, and if any car is within 15 feet of it, it shuts it off. And then as you're shooting the cars, they are given a warning that they're getting shot. If they don't hit the shield button and use up their shield, it slows their car down. So really, really cool idea. It's literally got a heads-up display. It's about this big right in front of you while you're driving, so you can see what's going on. People running the race can actually like warn you, do things, all sorts of neat stuff through the heads-up display. Fascinating system, but it's called Combat Cars. It's only installed in two places, one in Lansing, Michigan, and one at the Andretti track here. Outside of that news, a couple other things that are going on. Arcadia, who's a company out of Japan with a lot of British and U.S. employees, is actually talking with the owner. The owner is Shu. I don't know if you guys have gone through and seen like who owns the most ridiculous number of arcade boards. But Shu on KLOV, you'll see he has pretty much every game in a game board, is the owner. And he said that the company has one or two Japanese employees and everybody else is like outside of it. They just launched a new game that is an X-rated version of basically a multi-game. It's kind of like almost like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with strippers. And it is absolutely hilarious. But what's really funny is they've sold like 100+ of these things at the show with all these strip clubs coming to them saying, or all these guys coming there going, I run stuff at strip clubs, I need this.
Wow.
It was the one that they had at the show. This is why I asked, it was family friendly. Evidently they picked up from a local strip club, and there were some discussion about what had been happening the night before with the joysticks, and the game was sterilized prior to bringing it to IAAPA. So I don't have any links. You could probably go to the Arcadia site and find that. I don't have a link here for that. So, and then finally, I was going to say in the gadgets section is the ice cold beer is first six production units came off the end of the line. We have some things we need to modify and change from prototype to production line There are some issues that need to be more consistent, some tolerances that need to be modified a little bit, but we have had 3 games that we put on the floor, have been working for the last 3 days with a little bit of encouragement, not much, and everything seems to be going great. So we'll make a few changes, just basically small stuff like how does the plywood under the control panel go on. The glass, they actually installed a little too far out, but really smart, like the thick foam ended up on the wrong side of the glass. So things like that, that'll get modified, and they should be running in the next 30 days.
Oh, man.
We're really excited about that.
What's the website for ordering?
So they're going to be sold through Betson, Moss. Sega actually came to us today and wants to carry them in the international market. So I think Sega is going to be selling ice cold beer in Europe, Australia.
Yes!
It's insane. Actually, the really fun thing was Moss came to us and said they were interested. And for those of you who don't know Moss, they're a distributorship through most of the Midwest. And we asked, how many machines. The first run, we're doing quite a few. And the response was, how quickly can you get us 200 of them? So really nice response. And Metropolis is asking about Canada. We had several Canadian operators come by. I think Player One may carry them in Canada. We're still talking to them about it. So that is a possibility. Proc made in China. We're not talking about the toys you used last night. And
wow.
I don't know what Team Shanghai Alice is, but no. So the games are actually, so the cabinets are actually being made by Baytech. So we've subcontracted that out for production, and we really, to be honest with you, it's kind of funny. We had this conversation with them, which you guys would kind of get a kick out of. I told them, you guys don't build arcade cabinets, you build, machines
like
for other stuff. And so they were making some mistakes when they translated them for manufacturing that I said, this is like really old, like arcade knowledge. Like you don't do an arcade cabinet like this. And there was just some funny things that came up, and they agreed. So my non-existent kid just asked me what you're talking about. Got it. I think we're a little delayed on that with the Arcadia game. And of course you're getting roasted proc. So the anyhow, the laminate sides for these things are like that diamond coating whatever. I actually hit one of the shelves in the shop, one of the metal shelves, and thought, oh crap, I just scratched a new cabinet. Not even a scratch on it. I mean,
nice.
It's like a 7-layer plywood. They did a beautiful job of getting the cabinet right. It's gorgeous. So I'm super excited about that. There are some links on the NAP arcade thing that I posted up above, and we'll be posting a lot more links. And then you can go to, I'll post the website, Retro Arcade Remake. We were going to just do Retro Arcade Remake, or Retro Arcade, but that's gone, of course. So retroarcaderemake.com is the website. And if you want to sign up, I believe you can sign up there for notifications, and we'll let you know when they start shipping.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, and I can hear you.
Barely.
Okay. Please tell me that you registered Retro Arcade Remakes as well.
I don't know. I believe we did.
Yeah, cool. Because I'm
registering it and putting porn there. Wait.
Nice.
So over to me, I guess, right? Okay.
Over to you. Oh, wait, Brian, I have a couple questions. Are you still manufacturing control panels, or is that sort of on the down low at the moment?
No, we can do that. There's nothing on the down low about that.
Okay, I guess I don't mean down low, but like on the back end. But so nobody is making Qbert control panels, and they have like the screws that come out for the joystick. They extrude out of the bottom of the control panel.
Yep.
And so that would be something cool if you made those, because what I'm using now looks like, a blind man found a control panel and some Bondo, and he slapped it. It's the worst thing ever. I just don't want to say it.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be too hard to do them. We could do that with PEMs. So that would be a pretty straightforward thing to do. I do have them drawn up. We did that in the Mad Planets. And Takeman may have, so Takeman and I kind of, well, more I let Takeman know. So if I'm going to make panels, I ping Takeman and ask him if he's making them, just so that we don't step on each other.
Smart.
Yeah. I mean, there's no, both of us price this stuff reasonably. It's not, the least common denominator. The price of steel and what it's gone to, it's insane now. So there's barely any profit margin on it that makes it worth it anymore. So that's part of why Takeman slowed down on some of the stuff. So, but I have them drawn up. They're ready to go. If he's not going to do them, I could easily just fire them off. I've got Blanks, Cubert, Mad Planets. I bought the Mad Planet CPO from Quarter Arcade, and the Cubert one from I think from Arcade Shop. Made sure the holes all matched up.
Nice.
So.
Okay, thanks for taking my service call.
Yeah.
I have this other idea where you take two of the your cabinets that your ice cold beers, and then you play head to head, and it's a race to the top.
Well, so there's a couple of ideas for the game, but the basic idea of the game is that you would light up a hole, either 1, 2, like kind of like people collect points like the normal game. You could light up all of them, and you could go for whatever hole. But the really fun part of it is that we can actually light and sense other holes. And so you could light up a hole red, and if you drop the ball in there, the person you're playing against, their joysticks get reversed, or up is down and down is up. Oh, and man. So you can so you're playing, you got to decide, do I score? Do I throw like a whammy at my opponent? Then the other person, if you get hit, you've got to decide, do I heal myself? Do I score, or do I throw a whammy back? And so it's this whole, there's kind of a strategy to it, because when you think about it in that game, it takes time to go to the bottom, get the ball, and come back up.
Right.
So by doing that, you're giving up time you could be going for the score holes.
Interesting.
So there's this whole, you got to get in the right hole. You got to decide which hole is the right hole and get in there.
I don't think that matters.
But the concept that the Arcade Hangouts guys had was basically it's the traditional holes that you put your balls in. Stop it! And
I didn't say anything.
You get an unlimited number of balls, and it's a race to the top of to the last hole. And I guess it still can be clocked, right? Like you have 5 minutes.
So the funny thing about that is that you get
dying here.
Games that go on forever because some people are terrible.
Right.
So the operators want like a minute and a half game. Like they want like a fast paced go. Wait a minute, it's done. Put another $1 in.
Right. That would definitely be a double credit game or something, like when you play tic-tac-toe on a dartboard. They're gonna want some.
It's interesting because one of their suggests. So like we talk about prize boxes and all sorts of things of ways to win. So like you win the game, you get hole 10, and like a little box is on top, and a door opens, and you can get a pint glass out of it to get your beer.
Hold my beer.
That's wild.
So, which would be awesome, but then they talked about so then what you need to do is you need to figure out a continue function, because of course they're thinking how do I get people to keep paying for this?
Right. You just need audio. You don't have to have a visual. Just have it say, and insert quarter to continue or whatever.
Slide it in.
Use your voice. Oh God, slide it in. Yeah, that's a good one.
No, I think it's the ideas that have come out this weekend have been actually really good. I had a ton of great suggestions and some stuff that we're going to start moving forward on. But the real thing is focusing on the quality of the game and its baseline. I mean, because a lot of the other stuff is just software that can be added later.
Right.
So the neat thing is Ackerman, the world record holder on the game, came by and was like, "This is freaking perfect. Like it plays amazing." So he was sitting there, of course, gets through the whole game in no time. He's like, "Yep." It's like watching Billy play Pac-Man. It's just there's this muscle memory.
I saw pictures of people playing the games. Were they all functional and no problems?
Well, so we had a couple of small little issues that had to do more with the issues that we observed in manufacturing. So the glass is a millimeter too far away. And I know that sounds silly, but that allows the ball to get on the wrong side of the bar instead of always falling onto the correct side of the bar. So in certain instances, the ball would end up on the wrong side of the bar. So literally all you do is just wrap the glass once with your knuckle in it. It's like you don't even need to hit it hard. You just literally like tap it, and that's enough to fall on the other side. So that's a matter of just the right foam, because right now the foam that's on there is like 1/4 inch. It just needs to be like 1/8 inch and it'd be fine. So even compressed, it's having problems. Little things like that we've had issues with. We had one game that was working up at Paradise, and when we got down here, it was not working. And I didn't bother taking it apart. So we had 6 games we brought to the event. When we got set up for the event, we only had really room to do 3 new games. And so we have 2 games in the back that we just, have sitting there. So it's kind of neat to be at an event where you're like, I've got 2 extra games. Actually, we had one that like something happened. Like I can't remember what happened exactly. Actually, it was like 2 days ago, and I just literally pulled it, flipped the other one was right behind it, turned it around, shoved it in its spot, threw the first one behind there in like 2 seconds. Tom came back later. He's like, wasn't one of the games over here? Didn't it do something? I'm like, it's gone. It's in the back now. I looked at it today. It was just something had gotten. I think one of the milliamps on the motor's been set to like 600 instead of 1,000, so it was just moving slow. So the one thing that's neat about it and tough about it is that because we're running all the original code didn't use stepper motors, obviously, so everything was done off of kind of timing. And so we've had to match all the stepper motor stuff to the timing of the original game. And that has taken a good bit of work. Aaron's done a great job on that.
Does Aaron get a free cabinet, like payment or something? Or?
He has one being shipped out to him. I don't know if it's free. It's Aaron here. Here's the cabinet. Now start writing more code.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see how it goes.
All right. So let's get over to news so we can do the rest of the show.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Because that, we get stuff.
Good evening.
The arcade news, arcades, pinball, industry alumni, arcade openings, selecting celebrities, world record holders, operators, going out, conventions. The arcade news.
We interrupt the ventilated development.
And now, the arcade news with
So it was interesting you said that Sega was going to start selling possibly in Australia, of all places. One of the news articles I have today is from southwestern Australia, actually. And there was an alleged attempted theft of an arcade game from a shopping center in Adelaide's north, and has led to the discovery of 10 more machines that were stolen. And they're not your normal arcade machines. He stole 10 vending machines that were basically crane machines.
Oh.
So how do you steal a crane machine? How do you get away with it?
Sometimes they have wheels on them.
Yeah. So police on Friday arrested a 45-year-old from Parafield Gardens, which is somewhere in Australia, after receiving reports of a man attempting to steal the machine at the Parabanks shopping center just before midday. So after the witness provided a description of the man, who was acting suspicious, like hanging around an arcade,
unlocking the wheels,
getting ready to steal. Like, how do you do that?
There's nothing under this sheet.
Yeah.
It's like broad daylight. So police spoke to the driver, a 45-year-old, and conducted checks on the vehicle, which is allegedly stolen from an address nearby. And then a search of the van located a bag of coins and a broken padlock taken from the skill tester machine. So he stole a skill tester machine and a bunch of crane machines. That's 10 of them. So,
what a bastard.
Yeah.
Then he realized all the prizes inside were worth $10.
$10, right.
Mine.
Like, right. I wonder if that's why he did it.
I did buy a crane machine once from somebody in Minnesota, that, crappy little place. I forget what it's called in St. Paul. Mm-hmm. And it had $75 in quarters in the floor of it. So.
Well,
that's nice.
The most annoying crane machine is next to us at IAAPA. If you've seen that duck machine, that you play it until you win. And so literally
the attract
8 hours a day is quack, 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 quack.
What's the most money
8 hours
of you have found in a machine?
What?
What's the most money either of you have found in an arcade or coin-op machine when you've received it from someone?
$75 from the claw machine, and then actually just this recently the Kicks cocktail had $30 in it.
Yeah. Mine is over $100.
What?
Yeah, in a jukebox. $125 maybe.
I bought a Miss Pack for $100 cocktail, and there was 110 or 112 bucks in the bottom of it.
That's a lot of money. Okay, so
Free.
the second news article, and actually I was supposed to have the prop today, but the Atari.
Maybe I have one.
I don't think you do, because I haven't even told you what it is yet. So Atari 50, the anniversary collection just came out and was released on the 12th, I believe. So Atari 50 provides players the chance to play several generations of Atari on one disc or one Switch cartridge. In addition to its whopping 103 games, an entire interactive museum chronicles Atari history from their rise in the 70s and their fall in the 80s and the return in the 90s, which I don't think is really a return. But interesting, Eugene Jarvis is in the interviews.
Oh.
And he's not even with Atari.
Did he even ever work at Atari?
No. But he was a fan.
Yeah.
And remember, almost everyone we interviewed from Atari played Williams games.
Right.
Because they had them at Atari. So I'm pretty sure they hung out, some of those kids, you know. Anyhow, it's interesting. The Air World was
the
completed.
Unfinished game that they finally finished.
Yeah, so that was completed by Digital Eclipse. And Haunted House, a modern 3D isometric adventure, is included, as well as Vector Sector, a celebration of the Vector era gaming, which combines gameplay from a variety of games for a new single-player challenge. Neo Breakout, an amazing and addictive two-player competition that combines the best parts of Breakouts and Pong, and Yar's Revenge Reimagined, which I have already. So, and that's actually quite fun. If you haven't tried Yar's Revenge Reimagined, it's pretty good. Oh, actually, is mine Remix? It might be different. Either way, it's a fantastic game. And Quadra Tank, the first new entry in the classic tank series since 1978. So it's a free-for-all with 4-player mode, I think. And then also there are 5 unlockable games in the Atari 50 package, and one of them is Basic Math.
Oh. Yeah, whenever I see girls, I'm always like, does somebody need help with math?
Breakout, Combat 2, Gravatar, and Race 500, all for the 2600. So you can unlock those.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, I was supposed to get it today, and it's late, but they said it'll be here by 10 p.m. So who knows? Maybe I'll have it on the show in a minute. Nice. So those are my 2 news articles. We don't have a guest tonight, but we do have voicemail.
What?
It turns out we have a few voicemails.
Let's hear those. Well, at least a 1 or 2. I mean.
Okay. Well, everyone wants to hear voicemail. Okay, here comes.
Yeah, why not? Right. Let's fix it up.
Thank you for calling 612-548-GAME. This is Arcade Radio. Please leave your message after the tone.
Hello, this message is for Brian. I'm just wondering, when will you be making your way down to Southern Florida to visit me at Mar-a-Lago? You said you'd go over my games, possibly a cap kit. I just need to know if you could call me back. That would be great. Goodbye.
There's a lot of sniffing on this guy. What was up with that?
I don't know. That's a fake Trump. We can call him Frump.
Florida Trump. Nice.
Florida Trump. Frump. Thank you, caller number 1. That was fascinating. Wow. Let's see if we got
final season What? No way. Canceled? Have you tried shopping into Netflix and Hulu?
What?
Because if Arcade Radio goes away, I'll have to spend time with my family. Please. Don't make me do that.
I like how nobody left their. And by the way, if you want to call the hotline, it's 612-548-GAME. That's what's it 4263 or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And you could actually text it as well. 612-548-GAME. We'd love to hear from you. So, here's the third voicemail. Believe it or not.
Thank you for calling 612-548-GAME. This is Arcade Radio. Please leave your message after the tone.
Hey everybody, it's your buddy, Bob Zarzadek, control panel expert and technician. Hey, so bad news, fellas. Me and my girlfriend Yara, we broke up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found out she was on some show called 90 Day Fiancé, and she's got some total other dude that she's been hanging out with, and they've been on for like 3 seasons. I was always wondering why there was a camera crew following us. She said it was because of her love of The Office, but I guess I just bought into it. So yeah, I've been hanging out here in my shipping containers by myself for most of the fall, but I've decided to try cloning my brain into an AI. Yeah, I entered everything about me that I know about. I put all my spreadsheets in there, and and I have a lot of them, and anyway, I turn that on. Let's see what happens, okay? This is my first time to turn it on now. You ready? Because I am. All right, here goes. Hello there. What's your name? I am Bob. I am a control panel expert. I am also a technician. Oh, wow, man, that's awesome. Hey, it's nice to meet you. Hey there, I live in a computer inside a shipping container. It is awesome. Oh, man, I knew it. This is the greatest thing I've ever done. I am the greatest thing ever. I am better than you for sure. Oh, hey, now, come on, look. Let's not go overboard here, Bob. And hey, can I call you like a, AI Bob? No, you may not. Oh, okay. Well, what do you want to be called then? You may call me Super Bob Zarzadek. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. We're gonna turn this off here. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, back to the drawing board, I guess, Arcade Radio. Hey, I hope your season premieres everything you want it to be and more. You guys, you have a great show and have some fun, all right? I'm out of here. Zarzadek out here. Why did you turn me off? What the hell? Hey, how are you still on? This is Unplugged. Shutting down Texas power grid. Hey, no, hold on.
Oh, no. What happened? Oh my God.
I like how it still has the accent.
Yeah. Well, he put in all of his spreadsheets.
Sure.
And he's got a lot of them.
Apparently. I didn't know that there was anything about your brain in there, but okay.
How about
What's in those spreadsheets?
How about we finish up this show with some back to the... Well, hey, you guys want to see a commercial?
Yeah.
Me too. I gotta do something screwed up to make it work, though.
All right. You're gonna take your pants off, or what? Like what?
No.
We just put our pants on.
God.
What? Oh my gosh! You guys should look at the screen. It's like I think Bob Zarzadek.
Oh look! It looks like the Arcade Radio logo is working out.
Well, that's the tower, but it looks. I thought it was Bob Zarzadek's robot.
Yeah, that's the AI right there.
It's a Vorshak test. Everybody gets to guess what they think it is. What was I watching with Vorshak tests the other day?
What is that on top of the tower?
Headaches.
The ball?
No. Oh, what is that? Is that morph into a speaker or something, like a microphone stand, or?
No, it could.
How long do we get to watch this? This is interesting. People think it's a uterus.
There's not a lot of great thoughts coming out of that one.
Yeah, I mean, those could be fallopian tubes. I'm not 100% sure, but...
John Bruno says it's a exploding vagina.
Oh, wait a minute. That means the thing at the top is the penis. I get it.
Guys. I'm going to play a little commercial right now. Brian, why don't you give us an intro with this lovely Vorshak test up here?
So the one of the things we have done with Ice Cold Beers, we've done some video shoots, and I think Adam's going to roll one of the commercials. I'm not even going to justify the conversation going on in the chat right now.
Okay.
But the idea was to kind of show the game, show it being something fun to be played. We've been playing these videos on a rolling. There's 3 of them actually, on a rolling kind of screen at IAAPA.
Okay.
So this is a full film crew that was shot at Starcade, actually up in Roseville.
Awesome. Nice. Let's roll it. Okay. Here we go. So that's pretty cool. I like your logo.
Thank you.
It's very
Title of the video, Balls and Holes. It'll never get old. So we made 3 videos.
You should
it's kind of an interesting experience.
Just rename the game Balls and Holes. That'd be fantastic.
Why do the male leads in arcade ads have to look like they used to be male strippers?
I'm not into the new creepy mustache trend that's been going on. I think we should all do it next week.
Just make the little. I don't know if I can make it that small. Creepy okay, well let's all get together and
for the
we'll
show.
Shave each other.
Well, actually, no. 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks, right? So, wait. Next week's Thanksgiving, so everybody's off. Everybody should have a happy Thanksgiving at some point.
That was one of our union demands. Mark and I said Thanksgiving's off.
Right.
Oh yeah. They have.
Did we ever do a Thanksgiving show? I feel like we did it one time.
When you have a crew of 2 and they strike, it's pretty dumb.
Yes. Yes.
It seems
there's
like
no show next Thursday. Stern has Jack Danger. Brian has that guy.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to the Cade. What do you think? Or did you want to talk more about?
What were you gonna say?
All I was gonna say is one of the funnier things was we had to shoot multiple commercials because we actually hired an advertising agency to help do some of the stuff, and there was an emphasis on making sure that despite being in Minnesota and this not being the easiest thing to do, that we had to make sure that we had a full complement of diversity in the commercials, which there isn't in that one, but the other clips there actually is. And the discussion about that was almost comical to the point where even I was like, they were talking about, and I hadn't heard this before, maybe you guys had, and you can tell me if I'm going off the rails too much, but one of the goals in the commercials now is culturally ambiguous people who you can't tell exactly what their culture is so that everybody thinks it's part of their culture.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Because that makes me want to buy stuff if I see people that are half Armenian.
It was a very weird conversation, and I'm like,
are you half Armenian?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Former Soviet Republic. Go ahead. What? Oh, wait.
Actually, I don't know. The girl in the commercial was Tom's daughter, and the guy was a friend of hers. They're all actually a bunch of college students who were friends with Tom's kids. There's 3 commercials. I think they're all on the website.
So that's not her boyfriend.
No.
And they've never made out. Wait. No.
I don't know that.
Boy, this
Well,
show
that's
got
cool.
a little dicey here in the last 2 minutes with PC.
Yeah.
So
I think
okay,
it's a good,
moving
correct
on
commercial.
to
Love
back
to see the
moving
outcome.
on.
Back in '82, I used to be able to throw a pigskin a quarter mile.
Back to the Cade with
Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
Hello and welcome to Back to the Cade. The first half of our segment will be where I talk about a Back to the Future news article. This is going to be a stretch because not a lot's going on. But I did learn something. Did you know in 2011 the Chinese government decided to ban the film Back to the Future and any other Western television show and movie that featured time travel? That's right.
That does not sound true.
Yeah, somehow, though, the government, they took a sudden disliking to the idea of distorting certain historical events, things, and people. So the idea of time travel has soared in popularity over time, get it? And it seems like the authorities have just gotten sick of it. Common themes revolve around protagonists going back in the ancient times, the scriptwriters taking liberties with plots and events. Even worse than just being an annoyance, some people fear a real disrespect of China's history. So yeah, that decision was made. What?
I didn't say anything.
The decision was made by the country's State Administration for Radio, Film, and Television, and they stated that the producers and writers are treating the serious history of China in a frivolous way, which should by no means be used to be encouraged. So, yeah, that's pretty good. According to China, the people who make these things are casually making up myths, and they have monstrous and weird plots. They use absurd tactics, and like using a DeLorean, and they even promote feudalism, superstition, fatalism, and reincarnation. And so if you go to China, bring a copy of your own Back to the Future, because you will not be watching it. Isn't that pretty? It's pretty crazy there. All right, so now I've given you some Back to the Future news you may not have known about. I know it's 12 years later, but whatever. And I think now we're gonna ask Adam the question of
what's in the Juke?
Welcome to the Season 7 premiere of What's in the Juke. It's the game within a game within a podcast. Today, we feature super short isolated audio tracks from a retro technology that we used to call television. Brian Thurston, Howell Armitage will be your scorekeeper. If you can guess the title of the theme song, you will get
half point.
That's correct. And if you can guess the name of the network, the 3 letters,
half point.
That's right. Half point's coming your way. If you can guess both, guess what?
Full point.
Correct. If you do not know either, please fight it out amongst yourselves. Be gentle. No crotch shots. Hey. Now that the fighting is over, let us. No. Let us. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Okay. All right. Here comes your first track.
And they're always glad you came.
Oh, that's a good one.
I have no idea.
What could that be? That song practically has no music in it except voices anyway. I mean, it's not like WKRP. Is there? Oh, is there?
I think I see some answers.
Oh, no. Let's see. Mike Page. I don't think we can give Joe Drosen credit for shares.
No, Cher was not involved in this show.
And Jabaruga gets NBC.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, half point for both those
half
folks.
Point.
Here we go.
Everybody's got a special kind of story.
That theme song makes me kind of sad now.
Now.
Joe Drosen with different strokes.
Cool.
Different districts. Close enough.
Joe Joseph with NBC.
Everybody's got a special kind of story.
Half point. Full point.
I think there's like 5 guys singing. They're like, you know what? We're not going to do 2 guys. We're going to do 5 guys.
Or at least the same guy overdubbing himself. Okay, here comes another track.
You believe in up to your dreams.
Ooh, is that Laura Branigan?
You believe in up to your dreams.
I don't know, but the vibrato is amazing.
Yeah. Huh.
I learned it by watching you.
Oh, man.
We've got Jabaruga with both Facts of Life and the wrong broadcast station. But Mr. Peabody picked it up later with NBC.
Okay, half point.
Half point.
For both those guys. Nice work so far. Right? Comes your next track.
Well
Yes.
That's the most important part. If a song just has a part that is not words, I love it.
That must have taken a lot of work.
Joe Drosen gets NBC.
Nice.
Mr. Peabody gets Family Ties. Somebody's figuring out how to do this.
Yep.
If you haven't figured out
pretty much
by now, all right. Here comes your next track.
I sure deserve it.
Oof. Whoa, Nelly.
Oh, nice one.
I sure deserve it.
Wow, it's in pipes too when you isolate that, you know?
Yeah, she does a good job.
Yeah.
I think somebody else.
Give me a break, NBC.
All right.
Full point.
All right, next track.
Travel down the road and back again.
You know what's making me really sad about this is like women our age now are watching this show with
and they're realizing that they're the same age as
yes.
them.
Jabaruga, Golden Girls, NBC.
Dang.
Who got it?
Jabaruga, 2 in a row.
Point.
Turkey.
Nice. All right. Here comes your next track.
A shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist.
I always feel like that actor was reading the script and the next sentence was on like another page.
Right, he had to lift it up.
A shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist.
Who does not exist.
He breathes a lot more than I thought.
Jabaruga with Knight Rider, NBC.
Full point.
Okay. And
that's 3 in a row.
Nice. Here comes your next track.
Seems you can't be sure of anything anymore.
Wow,
that's a deep cut.
Yeah. I never watched this show.
I don't know why I did.
I only know that it was on.
Yeah.
Didn't they do a Netflix version of this show?
Yeah, they have
a remake.
Well, I mean, they brought
not a remake, but
a continuation.
Bosom Buddies, nope. Ozzy Osbourne, nope. I Give Up, nope.
It's a tough one. This one introduced the idea of Just Say No, believe it or not. Nancy Reagan was on this show. Let's see. Is anybody?
All right. Tell us who it is.
It is Punky Brewster.
Okay. Let me guess. NBC?
Yes.
All right.
Half point.
I get a half point. Nice.
Somebody could have just guessed NBC. What the hell?
Okay. Here comes your next track.
Face to face.
Ooh, that's tough too.
What? No.
Yeah, it's tough.
Face to face.
I will say that this show had an arcade.
Mr. Peabody with NBC.
There you go.
Nice.
Half point.
This is pretty tight. Oh, you figured it out.
Nice. In the nick of time. I was almost ready to hit the wah-wah.
4.5. That's my answer for everything. It was
Half
NBC,
point.
CBS, ABC.
You can only guess one. You can't.
Oh, we're changing the rules mid-game now.
Here comes the
It's like
last
saying-
track.
Okay.
All right.
If no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire.
It's not the same guy as the Knight Rider guy, is it? I don't know.
No.
Necros got it. Jabaruga got the NBC.
If no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire.
That sounds like Trevor from
Oh, yeah,
Wonder Woman.
like Trevor Lyle, whatever his name.
Yeah,
Lyle Wagner.
Trevor Lyle.
You know, the one that was on the
Wonder Woman.
Carol Burnett show.
What's his name? Steve
We
Trevor.
saw
as
Carol Burnett
Lyle
a couple years ago.
Wagner. Lyle Wagner. That's who it sounds like to me.
Yeah, Lyle
If
Wagner.
no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire.
Let's see. Who narrated the A-Team opening? Oh, wait. Did I give it away? Okay.
No, everybody
John
does.
Ashley.
What are the results, Brian?
Interesting.
The results. Mike Page with a half point. Tied with Necro for third place with a half point. Second place is a tie between Joe Drossen and Mr. Peabody with 1.5 points. And first place, killing the rest of the field, is Jabaruga with 5 points.
Cool. A round of applause.
John Ashley was the narrator. All right, you've won nothing.
That's what I just said was John Ashley.
Empty Crunch Wrapper.
Yeah.
Richard Basehart is the guy who did the Knight Rider intro.
I just looked that up too.
Free Play Florida ad.
I like that. We should do more TV themes. That was fun.
Yeah.
Apparently only NBC had shows.
It's amazing.
They were dominant. Obviously.
Yeah.
Brandon Tartikoff killing it.
He'll take the cash.
There was no lyrics in the theme song to Manimal, so I wasn't able to do anything with that. So, did you ever see that one, Manimal?
No.
He's a man and an animal.
Oh yeah, Manimal. I saw that.
Yeah.
A couple times. Oh, by the way, I'm almost all the way through Quantum Leap, the original series.
Oh my goodness.
I never watched it in its entirety, so this has been an experience.
Oh wow! What'd you think of the episode where he leaps back into his teenage self?
That's called The Leap Home, parts 1 and 2.
Right.
Starts
Had
on
you seen it
season
before?
3, and it's season 3, episodes 1 and 2. It's a 2-parter, and it's quite good. I actually think the season 3 finale was clever, and I wrote a little article on that actually.
Oh.
On my Facebook page. I really liked the concept. Oh, this is spoiler alert in case you haven't watched Quantum Leap.
It's only 20 years later, but
exactly.
Or
In the
more.
season 3 finale of Quantum Leap, they have him leap into an insane asylum where he's about to receive electroshock therapy.
oh my god.
Yeah, and then they cut back and he actually gets zapped. And so he ends up, as a result of the electroshock therapy, manifesting previous personalities of people who he's previously jumped into or leaped into.
Oh my god.
And they brought back actors from previous episodes to appear in the mirror, in like crazy white robe.
Oh right, because he's
Yeah.
got a personality disorder.
Yeah, so it was very clever. There's a rap song in the middle of it by Dean Stockwell. Well, he leads the rap song, and I thought this is going to be horrible. First of all, everybody wanted to put a rap song in a TV show in the late 80s and early 90s. I don't know why, but it was typically like some white person trying to rap, and it was usually super awful. And while this wasn't like, I was just bracing. I had my claws in my chair. I'm like, this is going to be terrible. And it actually, Dean Stockwell hammed it up and did a great job. And everybody that was insane in the insane asylum was helping out. It was quite an entertaining number. So
Nice.
I was impressed with that episode. And that led to the season 4 opening where Sam and Dean Stockwell's character Al swap bodies, basically. So Dean then becomes the leaper, and Scott Bakula, who plays Sam, becomes
that's right, because he's leaped into Al.
Right. So he's Sam. He goes back into the imaging chamber and gets to say hi to his wife and stuff, but then he has to go save Al's life. So
smart.
Yeah. It was good. It was a good episode. So anyway, some of them are real doozies, you know. I think of today's shows that we had on our little Back to the Cade family, you know, Knight Rider and A-Team for sure. The other ones were all sitcoms, but for the dramas in the 80s, they had terrible writing.
Yeah.
Because they had to do 24 episodes in a season, right?
So a lot of filler.
Yeah, a lot of filler. And usually an episode where the sheriff is crooked and has everybody under his thumb, and then somebody comes into the town and has to emancipate them. You know, it's a common plot. Even today, it's a trope that's used repeatedly. And so there are those episodes too in Quantum Leap, but anyway, I digress.
Oh wow.
Fun. I'm watching the new series too, which is partly the reason I started the old series, because the new series has connections to the old series.
I've only watched the first episode. I did start getting into Umbrella Academy. Have you ever watched that?
You mentioned that last season.
Oh my God. Now I'm fully into it. I know I must have started, but I love it.
I did watch the first couple episodes. I thought it was interesting, and then is that a Netflix show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I dumped Netflix.
Well, if you need to borrow a login, let me know.
You know, that's really annoying. We use Christine's Netflix account when she's here, and her 4 kids have access to it. And so
wow.
It's like it's a 1 in 5 chance that we won't be able to watch.
Oh, really? It's aware of that, huh?
Yeah, they are cracking down. I mean, and you're probably paying close to, if you're an early adopter, you're paying probably almost or 2.5 times more than you were when you started using Netflix.
Well, we were using it to get like DVDs in the mail back then, so
yeah.
we're that far back.
And I think when I started, it was $9.99, and that was a fixed price.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Inflation. The cost of the electrical waves has gone up.
Oh, this all went up way before inflation started.
True.
Before what we're seeing in inflation today, though.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, going to the drive-through for fast food, I'm like, are we buying like a fancy meal? Like, what's happening?
It's like $25 for a hamburger, a Coke, and a fry.
That's
crazy.
I mean, McDonald's is still making cheap burgers, but then you got to eat at McDonald's.
Yeah, it's true.
Although the Vikings have been doing very well. And so here in Minnesota, if the Vikings win, you get a free Big Mac.
Oh, nice. When the Astros had to win the World Series for us to get a free chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A. I was like, yes, I will take your inappropriate sandwich for free.
That is funny. That is funny. So, teaser for 2 weeks from now. I think we're going to have a pinball guest.
Oh.
Just so you know.
A player or a designer?
I will say industry alumni.
Okay.
Also, Brian has shaken hands with many people that have COVID at IAAPA, and so he's going to possibly hook us up with a couple people there as well. So we should have some interesting guests coming up.
I will say that the one that I am going to try to talk to, because he's stopped by the booth a couple times, is but haven't asked him, is Jack, Jersey Jack.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
I've got a card from a couple of Jersey Jack guys from about 5 years ago.
So.
But yeah.
Cool, man.
So I'll swing because their booth is past ours. So he walks by every day. He's like, gentlemen, nice job, and then keeps going.
Now, just for laymen, what does IAAPA stand for?
Oh my gosh, it's the International Association of Music Parks and Attractions,
which is largely a vendor conference for new.
It really is a vendor and operator conference. It's not a it's. There are a lot of operators here and distributors. You get a lot of, but it's not as much the smaller, like less individual parks and like bars and stuff. So it's a really neat conference.
Cool.
So what's fun is, there are literally amusement park rides inside. And the last time we were down here, Susan and Tyler came and joined me. And Tyler and Deegan, Susan's grandson, chose to stay there instead of going to Disney or Universal. So it's really a lot of fun. If you ever have a chance to go, you should go. Actually, it's too bad we should have planned ahead because I have a 3-bedroom apartment here. We could have all three of us stayed here.
Oh, that would have been great.
That's the show.
Actually, I think next year I would like to try to coordinate with you on that because, well, first of all, let's talk about Arcade Radio and its future for the season. There's a couple questions in the chat. One of them being, do you have something big planned for the end of the season? The answer to that is I always have something big planned for the end of the season. Whether it happens or not, that is to be seen. I would like to. We're noodling that idea. Arcade Radio has been going for 6 years. Thank you for listening. Thanks, chatters, for showing up weekly and keeping it entertaining for us as it is for you. And I hope you've enjoyed the litany of guests we've had. And we've been lucky to get a lot of really cool guests, some of which we hope to repeat this year because we haven't seen them in a long time, some which will be new. To be honest, we have a list which we use, but it depends on the availability of the person we're trying to invite to the show. So, for example, last year, season finale, we wanted to have George Gomez on, but it was bad timing because they had just released 007 and they had to pull the release for the Queen's death, and there was just things going on. So he couldn't make it. But we were lucky to have Dan Reed come on as a surprise because we haven't seen him in ages, and we thought that was a fun show. Did you guys like that show?
It was great.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And so, yes, for the season finale, we hope to have something fun, not just a good guest, but something interesting. We'll be noodling that through this season. I mean, you can expect at least 20 episodes out of us for the season. We started a little late, so we'll see how that plays into next fall. But I typically visit Florida in the fall, and this year we did the same thing and just escaped Hurricane Ian in time. We flew out of the airport at 7:30.
Wow.
And they closed the airport at 10:30, and that was the day that the hurricane made landfall. And my brother and his wife and my niece and her 2 kids and her husband and my cousin and his wife and 2 kids live in Florida. So it managed to make my cousin's kids homeless. They had to go home and live with their parents because their apartment was destroyed. My brother lives in Sanford, so he was doing okay. Just a lot of rain, a lot of flooding, but where they were able to escape the worst of it. And then my niece lives a block from my brother, so she was fine too. But yeah, and the most recent hurricane, won't know what her name is, but she wrecked all the beaches over in the Daytona area, and a bunch of houses fell into the ocean. And my cousin sent me footage. It was awful. In fact, when the first one hit, he sent me footage of him and his sons with a boat.
And it wasn't even their boat.
No, and they were floating. It was just a little canoe they had borrowed. And they were floating their belongings
Oh my God.
To dry land. Yeah. And that was in the Port Orange Daytona area. So, I feel for Florida right now because they've just been whacked twice. Not cool. But I love going there, and my resort's fine, so I will be going back. And I would love to hook us up. All three of us could. My unit that I rent in Florida will sleep 8. So
oh wow,
6 comfortably. There's an extra bedroom, and then there's a pull out in the main room. So, but yeah, it's a great place to stay. And actually, if I wanted to, we could rent at the Imperial, and we would definitely be able to do 8, because their units sleep 10, which is like a whole family can go. So.
That's awesome. Well, we sleep in the nude, so you decide what room we go in.
Yeah, you'll get the guest bedroom.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, we're 2 minutes from the Disneyland opening and or entrance rather.
Right.
And so that's cool. And just 10 minutes from Universal, and it's
Disneyland really or World.
We're in Florida, so.
Oh, World.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's super fun. I would love to have us go to IAAPA and hang out at Free Play next year. Although that does come close to Houston Expo, which we did not talk about. Mark, why don't you
talk a little bit about it?
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I mean, again, they were like college kids, right?
Okay.
So
there's no arcade games.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the stars of the movie, The Last Starfighter, were there.
Oh, yeah, and she's looking quite good.
She is gorgeous, yes. And she's like in her 60s, but like, well done, ma'am. Oh. And then he kind of looks like I don't know, he still has the same physique. Obviously, he's gray and had a beard. Lance, I forget his full name, but
Lance Guest and
yes, that's it.
What's her name?
Catherine Mary Stewart. Yeah, that's it. Yes. The interesting thing is that I got to play in the band during the show at night. They had a band and they invited us on, so I got to pull my guitar out and play again. But then after I played, she came out and they had taught the same band that I'm with, taught her to play guitar like she'd never played before. So she played a song. And then he came out and he rocked out a lot of Johnny Cash songs.
Really?
Like he had them all memorized. It was amazing.
Lance Guest.
Yes, Lance Guest.
That's crazy.
I posted a little bit of the sample on my TikTok if you want to check it out, at Spacetime Junction. So the show was heavily pinball related. There were about maybe 70 arcade games. Todd Tuckey was there. That was fun to hang out with Todd Tuckey.
Cool.
We both were in line trying to win a Rush pinball, buying raffle tickets, and he was talking about who he was going to kill to get to the raffle so that he would eliminate other opponents, I guess, in the raffle. I told him that's not how raffles work, but he was like, he's like, shut up.
Was it a must be present to win one? Because it might work.
I don't know, but no, it wasn't. I think he was just going to take the tickets off of the dead bodies. Is what his plan was. He did see my Frisky Tom, and he had never seen that particular cabaret.
Okay.
Because he had that huge cabaret collection of his.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. But I mean, Aaron only brought 2 games. He brought just a couple fighters, I think.
Yeah.
But what's funny is that my friend that usually brings games that he was trying to get rid of, he sold like 9 of the 10. So people got to play them and also buy them. So it was almost like a marketplace in a way.
Well, this weekend you'll be in town, and you can come and play 250 classic arcade games at Starcade with Brian and I.
Yes, I'm flying in on Tuesday night.
We should invite anybody who's in the area to come and join us on Sunday.
Sure.
We could go. I'll have a beer at Crave or something.
At Starcade.
Starcade now has beer.
Oh yeah, at Starcade.
That's right.
You can have beer and pizza at Starcade.
Do you guys have draft beer or just bottles?
No.
It's easier to do cans, right?
Cans.
Yeah.
That way nobody breaks anything either. Yeah, cool.
True.
Yeah, this
Yes,
Sunday.
It's gonna be fun.
No, not this Sunday. It would be the Sunday after
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Right,
So it'd be
right.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so chatters, hit me up, Adam at Arcade Radio, and we'll tell you when we're going to be there. If you want to join us. I think that's going to be it for tonight. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Trailer outro.
Well, welcome back to. Oh yeah, I might actually use that other track that I rejected for a season opening.
Ooh.
Okay.
As an outro, but maybe not tonight. We got to play some music and read some stuff, but I want to just thank everybody. And I didn't finish my thought on the season, but there's some stuff coming, and we'll still be around in some way, after Arcade Radio wraps. So listen in to find out all the gruesome details as we.
What Adam is not saying is the seventh season will never end.
we just keep going.
Next year we're gonna be like, this is Arcade Radio, season 7, episode
99.
21. It's gonna be like the ultimate like rock band ending tour, where it's just like
it's farewell
final
tour.
chance, number 2.
Yeah, farewell tour, starting again in Minnesota.
Right.
Yeah, 2023.
The last one.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's play some music and say goodnight.
Let's do it.
Do it.
All right. Thanks for listening in. This has been the Double R's. That's Arcade Radio.
Hey, check out our website, RcadeRadio.com. That is RCADE Radio.com for all of our social media and swag links.
Call and leave comments just like Bobby Z at 612-548-GAME. That's 4263.
Sure. Yeah, and if you like what you've been hearing, do something, about it. Stuff like that.
I corrected the links for you so you could say them.
Teespring?
Arcaderadio.creator-spring.com is the way to get to us now.
Oh, interesting. That's our actual creator link. I wonder if we're not published anymore.
We're onlyfans.com/Arcade
Radio, right. It's basically just our feet, guys, so don't get excited.
It's just our feet.
Hey, subscribe to our Twitch channel to follow us and click on that notification bell so that you'll know when we're streaming live. That's twitch.com/ArcadeRadio.
If you like what you're hearing, or if you don't, just leave us a 5-star review on Anchor, iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you consume the podcast.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for tonight's show from all of us here. To all of you there, thanks for listening in to the Double R's. We'll see you next episode. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. All right. Now I'm going to take off. I didn't put my pants on.
No pants.
Wait a second.
Hello?
Are you still wearing your pants?
Yeah.
What do you mean still?
What?
We were supposed to put them on?
Oh my God, that's funny because Sean Dotson, the guy who fixed my computer space, he did a kangaroo repair like recently, and like he stands up to turn off the camera, and you're like, dude, you're not wearing pants. This is YouTube. You can't do that.